Greetings, freaks and ghouls. That's right, 'tis I, J.V.Y's the Clown. And as we promised, here we are coming back at you with the second half of the top 10 scariest creepypastas by Blame It on Georgie. Yeah, that's our story and we're sticking to it. So without further ado, let's get back into this by liking to hear go.
Number 5. Russian sleep experiment.
No ads, please.
Russian researchers in the 1940s kept 5 people awake in chambers for 15 days using experimental gas. The 5 test subjects were political prisoners who were enemies of the state during World War II. They had books, a place to lay down but not to sleep in, running water, a toilet, and enough food to last them months. Everything was fine until 5 days in, when their conversations, which were monitored, started to grow dark. The subjects also developed severe paranoia. After 9 days, the first of them started to scream to the top of his lungs for 3 hours straight. They began to go insane, and days later the researchers decided to open up the chambers. However, the 5 test subjects no longer wanted to be freed. After the 15th day, the subjects were freed and the gas was replaced with nice fresh air. But the subjects were pleading and begging the researchers to turn the gas back on. The subjects were taken out of the chamber to be further researched on, when the commander in charge of the experiment demanded them back in the chamber. However, one of the researchers pulled out a gun and shot the commander. He then shot all the subjects, except for one. The researcher asked, "What are you?" The subject replied,
Have you forgotten so easily? We are you. We are the madness that lurks within you all, begging to be free at every moment in your deepest animal mind. We are what you hide from in your beds every night. We are what you sedate into silence and paralysis when you go to the nocturnal heaven where we cannot tread.
The researcher had enough and shot the subject. His last words were,
So nearly free.
Woo, that was a crazy one. My goodness, what the hell were they thinking?
Number 4. Gateway to the Mind. In 1983, a team of scientists theorized that a human without access to any of his senses could perceive the presence of God. The scientists believe that our senses clouded our awareness of eternity, and therefore without them, we could actually establish contact with God by thoughts. The test was done on an elderly man who claimed he had nothing left to live for. The surgeons removed all of his nerves that were connected to his brain, including his eyes, nose, tongue, ears, and every receptor on his skin. He couldn't communicate with the outside world in any way. He was alone, only with his thoughts. While being studied, the man cried that he could hear his dead wife trying to communicate with him, and that he can communicate back. The scientists weren't convinced. They just thought that he was going crazy. until the man started naming dead relatives of the scientists too, including names and other personal information. The man became overwhelmed with dead voices in his head until he reached the brink of insanity. And even though he was blind, he stared directly at one of the scientists. He said, "I have spoken with God, and He has abandoned us," before dropping dead.
Wow. Just wow. That's gotta be the saddest, scariest thing I would have had ever heard in my life. Now, be advised, these are just stories, okay? These are creepypastas. Again, creepypastas are just stories.
Number 3. Slenderman.
You guys all saw this coming.
Slenderman is a bizarre entity, said to be 8 feet tall, able to teleport, and has long tentacles on his back.
Now, I heard that they made a movie about Slenderman, and from what I heard, it wasn't that good. So, I don't know. I guess you can only do so much with a creepypasta like Slenderman.
He is a humanoid figure with a blank, expressionless face, and is usually seen wearing a suit. He has a strange fascination with children. If Slenderman gets you, you'll either end up in purgatory, where he'll stalk you forever, or death.
They also made a video game based on Slenderman that you can play online.
Oftentimes, Slenderman can only be seen through a video camera. However, if you try to videotape him, static or distortion will appear in your video, and then he will teleport to you. Victims of the Slenderman have damaging effects to their physical, mental, and social careers. They develop mood swings, memory loss, constant irritation, and loss of communication between family and friends. Slenderman is one of the most mysterious creepypastas and still frightens readers today. Number 2. Ben. I love Zelda. It's like my favorite gaming franchise. One of my favorite Zelda games is Majora's Mask. It was dark, edgy, depressing, thought-provoking, and had a kick-ass story. Ben is represented by a Link statue, who is used in Majora's Mask. He lives inside the game and is able to interact with the player and taunt him so long as he plays the game. What makes the Ben creepypasta especially terrifying? Other than the fact that I love Zelda.
Don't you just love it when your computer wants to act up on you when you're trying to skip an ad? So annoying.
Is that there's actually gameplay footage of Ben and Majora's Mask. So, who is Ben? Well, the story begins with a guy under the username Jad Usable, looking around some garage sales hoping to buy some Nintendo 64 games. He comes across a really shady looking cartridge of Majora's Mask, who's given to him for free by the previous owner, a strange old man. The old man says that the game used to belong to a kid who doesn't live there anymore. Satisfied, he thanks the old man and heads home to relive his childhood. The game already has one save file called Ben, who Jad Usable keeps in respects to the previous owner. Not like he's gonna need 2 save files. What happens afterwards? A ton of stuff. The game gets really glitchy. A lot of text is either mixed up or says things that they shouldn't. The NPCs would call Jad Usable Ben instead of his name. And Jad Usable himself would get haunted and tortured by this Ben entity.
What the hell?
Jedizel even claims to talk to Ben through Cleverbot. This creepypasta has overwhelming evidence suggesting that it's true, including the gameplay videos, the 5-part storyline, which is like 2 hours long altogether. People have even reported asking Cleverbot about Ben and getting strange answers. For any Zelda fan, or anybody who wants to hear a really scary and convincing story, Ben is the one for you. Just be warned.
Man.
The ending of the story,
I'm sorry, I can't do it with that mask.
has a really terrifying plot twist.
Need some air.
And my number one scariest creepypasta is Jeff the Killer.
Oh man, this one's gonna make me uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to meet the guy who can look at Jeff and not feel anything, man. Shit.
Oh my god, that fucking face. Look at it. Look at it. But what's the story? To put it shortly, a boy named Jeff and his brother Lou were picked on by these 3 bullies. Jeff, trying to defend himself and his brother, fights back, going so far as to stabbing them.
I'm not gonna lie. This one's gonna This one's gonna make me want to get out of full screen mode. I'm not gonna lie.
Next day, the cops show up, knowing about the fight, and they take Jeff to juvie. However, his little brother Lou confesses that it was him stabbing the bullies, trying to protect his older brother. Louis is sent to prison, and Jeff is mortified with guilt. Sometime later, the bullies come back for Jeff, and a huge fight breaks out between the bullies and Jeff.
Oh god.
During the fight, Jeff ends up on fire, with alcohol and bleach all over his face, which explains his fucking face. Just look at it, for God.
Bro!
Jeff ends up going insane, killing his parents, and running away on a killing spree. The last thing Jeff the Killer says before he kills his victims is, "Go to sleep."
I can tell you one thing. I'll never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes. That psychotic smile. They'll never leave my head. Police still are on the lookout for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in the story, please contact your local police department.
Alright, y'all, so that was the second half of the top 10 creepypastas from our boy Blameitonjorge. You know what I'm saying? If you guys enjoy this and you want more creepy videos, be sure to let me know with the thumbs up down below. And y'all know what to do with that comment section down below as well. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for your view. Very much appreciate it. And hopefully I did enough for y'all to consider hitting that subscribe button so you can be part of the Jason JV Ranger Squad. I'd very much love to have you as part of the team. You know what I mean? And, bruh, it's probably going to be a week before I get over that fucking image of Jeff. I always get the chills. I always get uncomfortable looking at that face. Ooh, it's just creepy looking. But anyway, don't forget to follow me on my social media links that you see on the screen. Don't forget to follow me, of course, check out my music links, some of which you can find in my video description, some of which you can find in my channel bio. And so, yeah, please hook your boy up with some spins, and hopefully y'all consider buying some music from me. You know what I'm saying? I would very much appreciate that as well. That would help me out a great deal. And if you want to just donate to the cause, you can do so by clicking on my PayPal link. That's in the video description down below as well. And if you can't support the channel financially, no worries. It is all good. It's not a requirement. You are still helping out by simply clicking that subscribe button if you're new here, of course. And, of course, liking and sharing my videos so more eyes can be on the channel, because teamwork makes the dream work. You best believe I can't do this without y'all. I recognize. And I think I nailed everything, guys. So with that being said, it is your boy Jason JV saying y'all take care. And until next scare, have a blessed one. Catch y'all on the next one. All right, peace. Whew. That face.